Cause my son is like top 5 hilarious. Yesterday he sent me to my room. Because I told him no. He said, you know what? Go to your room. I said, what?
You gotta pause for a minute.
Like, what?
But speaking of like doing things with your kids and all that kind of stuff, did y'all see Boosie? Boosie's back at it again, bro.
Look back at what?
Son, he had like an event of some sort, right? And it was like streaming like on IG Live and shit. And they had shorties there who was showing off like all parts of their bodies, including their pussy and shit. When you're 21, somebody who's 7 years younger than you is 14. You would never let a 14 and 21-year-old date each other. Right. But when you're 31, you're like, that's cool, that's okay. It's cool because you're a little older now, things are a little bit different. So it hits a little bit differently. So I kind of look at it the same way with like the kids. That's, like I said, there should always be I'm still your parent, so there's certain things I'm not gonna do with you.
Welcome back to another episode of Just Dadding. I go by the name of Chocolate Dad.
This your boy Saya, aka Saya.
It's your boy Styles.
It's your man 95. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. And we always tell everybody, like, subscribe, tell a friend.
Yeah.
This is one of them days, boy. I'm all over the place, man. I can't help it.
Yes, I'm tired too, right?
Yeah, everybody is super tired. That's adult life, man. These kids, you gotta love it. That's what we do, baby.
Work baby.
I wish I had the energy to go back partying. Like I miss those days when I knew I had enough energy. Like you can go to work, come home, shower, go party, come back home, go to sleep.
I used to work, go party out till like 3, 4 in the morning. Go at to work 7 o'clock the next day. Home like
that's a
hour
fact.
Sleep.
And you be fine, like
super
you slept fine.
Yeah, like I did that shit for years. To the
like,
point now I'm like, I might need a nap.
Not
even a nap, bro. I can't do like back-to-back going out days. Like if I go out like Friday, I could maybe do brunch on Sunday, but I can't go back out Saturday. My body just be
all
like,
depends to go
son.
out though. I might could go out. If it's an early type setting. But you know what's crazy? I realize nowadays it's not. Maybe I'm just out the loop on these young guys. It's not no real night parties like that. Like before, like it ain't no late 4 a.m. parties no more.
Yeah,
like
I think people party
they might go to 2 a.m.
Nah, Jamaica still.
Yeah, Jamaica. Yeah, see that's a whole other world.
That's a whole different vibe.
4 a.m. Maybe 4 a.m. on the start. Maybe it's like 10 o'clock.
Like a week ago, I went to Afrobeats and brunch. So we was in there till I didn't get home till like 2 o'clock.
From a brunch.
Bro, because the brunch is from 2 to 7, and then it's a party from 7 to 2.
What time did y'all get there?
Damn.
7.
Did you not eat?
That was bro. That's not a party, son. That's a job. That's that's a whole work shift.
They let us eat too. They let us eat at 7. We got there at 7. They let us eat.
That shit was lit.
Food was trash. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. Food was trash.
I just actually was spotted this motherfucking thing.
Afrobeats and brunch.
Where did they do that?
Yeah.
Like,
that's the name of it.
That's the name of the restaurant.
It's not a restaurant. It's a brunch spot.
Dude, it's like catered food type of thing.
Nah, it's like, I guess it's a restaurant. It's just not.
It's
I don't know. It's like a brunch spot. It's like a.
It's like a
brunch
spot. Yeah, it's like I don't know if they just use that location.
They probably do.
I think they got multiple locations.
Because the Apple, that sound like it's a brand that just throw.
Yeah, they just move it everywhere or whatever. Okay. But the food was terrible. We was there till about. We left like 1:20 or something like that. Got home like 2.
Yeah, worked the next morning?
Son, that was on a Sunday.
Oh, see?
Oh my God, bro. I'm at the desk sleeping.
Hurting,
bro.
Kids like me.
Hurt. Nah. So what I do is I got my computer screen, so I sit directly in front of it. So when they walk by, they don't see that I'm there. Or I leave my chair, but I was knocked out.
You know what you need?
2 periods.
It's gonna be probably too much to do the desk, but if you get like the stand that kind of raises and lowers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, okay.
So the monitor is covering like my you won't know I'm there unless I peek over or peek up.
Nah,
but it moves up and down?
Yeah.
Oh, that's clutch.
Let me tell you what I did years ago, like work. This is some ghetto shit. I was coming tired in the morning. I did a bathroom stall, sit in the toilet, put my feet against the door and close it, and be out. No lie.
Oh, man.
I got caught because I was snoring one time. Niggas came in like, Not gonna, yo.
Yeah, that good
I was
sleep.
like, oh, I said I was taking the shit. And they was like, nah, you was snoring. I was like, yeah, I'm snoring shit. Like, you can't.
Nah, I was just on here. I fell asleep, man. Let's see what
Yeah, you
happens.
probably woke them up because I heard you snore before, bro.
Yeah, my shit crazy.
I said woke them up. You probably got them from where they was at and it's like, yo, what the fuck is that lawnmower doing in the bathroom?
Most probably woke the book and passed it back from himself. I'm like,
Oh, man.
there's a homeless person in here. We go see. Yeah.
Probably was concerned at that point.
That was a wild time.
That's kind of why I'm like, having a kid is definitely a blessing in many ways. But now, anytime we go out, it's like because it's like kid oriented. So it's like, oh, we're going to like a kiddie
Get
party
home
or something
early.
like that. I get home early, and most times we go to like a kid's birthday party, something like that. They got the beverages for the adults and shit. So you getting a little tipsy already there. By the time you get home, have a little light cap or something. The kid is knocked out.
Yeah.
It's only 8 o'clock, and you're like, yes, I can get 8 hours
Watch
of
a little
sleep
show
tonight.
or something, fall asleep, let it watch you.
That's yeah, exactly that. But speaking of like doing things with your kids and all that kind of stuff, did y'all see Boosie? Boosie's back at it again, bro.
What back at what?
Son, he had like an event of some sort, right? And it was like streaming like on IG Live and shit. And they had shorties there who was showing off like all parts of their bodies, including their pussies and
Strippers
shit.
or just regular girls?
I don't think they were strippers. I think they were just people who were there. I don't think it was hired strippers. Which also made it, like, if they hired the strippers, I would expect that.
I mean,
But here's the kicker, right? So he's there with his son, who like just turned 18, and they're opening up their legs and like they're taking magnifying glass, like examining
what do you get?
shorties.
I think everybody asking the right questions.
I ain't think about that.
I didn't think about it either. You said it.
First of all, my man is 18. My son 18. We outside.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
So
I seen another video. It was like they were like kids. I'm saying 13, 14, and there was like 2 strippers in there, and they throwing money at the strippers. They sitting on the couch.
Yeah, I think that was one of his
throwing
kids' parties when he turned like 15 or some shit like that. And he had he's
money.
known
I don't think
for
that
doing
was
shit
Boosie
like
because
that.
it was like another person's voice in the background, some other man. But I thought that's what you was referring to. But his kid turned 18.
Nah, but he's done that stuff in the past.
Alright.
Like he had strippers like for his kids' birthdays, like his
all right,
son's
question
birthday
now. Let me
shit.
ask you a question now. You feel it's inappropriate because it was film, or just inappropriate overall? Because if it was off camera, is it okay?
I didn't say it was inappropriate to begin with. I was just saying like that was just some weird shit.
How is it weird? Why is
Be
it
using
weird?
a magnifying glass online,
It's
IG
funny.
Live is
I'm
not
with you with
weird.
your kid. You doing like I might do some wild shit.
He's
with my son.
examining the pussy.
Yeah, he's showing. It's a teaching
He
lesson.
but before he go in there, he gotta make sure there's no bumps, no nothing.
He gotta make sure.
He got a magnifying glass, so he probably can see who's in there.
Yeah, the crash course.
All right,
that's
so let me ask you
bad.
this, right? So if it wasn't boozing, it was just like you would do that with your kid on IG Live.
Nah, but
Nah,
so, all right,
nah,
now, all right. The
I
whole
wouldn't do
IG
that.
Live thing, right? Was Boomy filming it, or was like they had like a situation going on and somebody
No,
was just there?
it's an event that they are
No,
streaming for IG Live.
Like
There's
it wasn't
no way-
it wasn't a
there's no
planned
way-
situation where he
nah.
put the camera on. It was just like
Like somebody else was
Yeah,
there.
it was just there,
It wasn't
they
Boozy or the
recorded it.
son.
Yeah,
Somebody
I
was
don't
there.
think they was doing it for IG Live because there's no way. What's his name? Who owns IG?
Oh, the Facebook one?
Mark Zuckerman. Yeah, whatever his name
Zuckerberg.
is.
I don't think he even know it right
Because
now.
Boosie's always getting kicked off of IG.
Yeah,
like
regular
every
fact.
single.
Nah,
So I don't think
he got IG no
Zuckerberg
more.
would allow him to do that.
They didn't let him back on
He's
IG.
probably
I don't think he got
Other
IG.
names,
He banned forever?
He be off for somebody. He be on somebody else.
So, I mean, I could be mistaken, but it was just I just thought about it. I was just like,
All right, so all
that's
right.
like some. I feel like just the whole dynamic of it all was like,
So in today's society, right? Do you feel like so some people might feel like that's too much, right? But on a back end, I don't want to get like people feel offended. But all like the gay and the trans thing they got going on, like openly showing it. Why we can't openly like they openly do the things that they doing and it's cool. So why can't like heterosexual like openly do like why it becomes a problem?
I think it's probably more so the vulgarity of it, because it's kind of like there's one thing, you know, you having a conversation with your kid about sex, and there's another conversation when you basically it's like you watching porn with them in a sense too. Like, where's the limitation of it?
I think they more like making the porn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a difference in it. I mean, and it's one of them subjects that's hard to touch. Like what you said, it's like because you don't want to offend anybody, and then also don't know that other side of lifestyle, so I don't even judge it. But it's just like, you know, they really aren't the same either. to me because
I don't know, man.
His son was 18.
but it's also that he is
If
18.
your son is
so
18, it don't. I'm not, because I would never record no shit like that. I would never like put it on IG Live. That's me personally.
That's a fact.
But would you do something like that with your son?
I wouldn't say I would do it, but it would be because I'm gonna know what it is for me. Like, I'm thinking that my child at 18, he's gonna do his own thing anyway. I don't need to be there for him to be doing it. That's what I guess is the sense of like, why are you even there to do it in that situation? But I know in some other cases too, it's like you would rather be there to be sure your kid ain't doing something wild, like it's still a limitation to it. But he's 18. I mean, we also have a bad habit of thinking that when, you know, our boys turn 18, they grown men as well too. They're still babies in a sense. So it's like,
Because for me, it's like,
it's,
all right,
I don't know.
I agree with that, because when you turn 18, it's only like more so in the, you know, the western part of the world where like you're an adult or whatever. Because other places
Especially
in the
when you're a
world,
black
14,
boy, too.
15,
they think you're an adult
you
at 14.
driving, you smoking, you're already, you know, once you hit puberty, you're physically a mature adult, and so they'll treat you like an adult. You can go do whatever, right? I think certain things you should and shouldn't do with your kids. Like when my son turns 18, if he's like, oh, dad, I want to go to the strip club or whatever, like I'll take him to the strip club. That might be like a one-off thing, but it's not gonna be like our
thing.
Yo, it's not gonna be our thing. Like, yo, every Saturday,
That's
pops,
what I'm
we in
thinking,
booty trap, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I feel like certain things there should still be a father or parent-child relationship with certain things.
Let me ask you this. Would you think that it changed to say he's not 18 and now your son is 25, 26, 28 years old? I mean, whatever age that would be at that time, probably in our 40s, whatever.
Shit,
You?
I mean, we ain't that far apart.
No, I'm saying not you.
Oh, nah, I'd be about that.
You're
Yeah,
60.
That's you.
But no, but back to the question like I was saying, right? Don't worry about that. But, like, you know, if you, like, say
28,
you,
I'm like 60,
yeah,
right?
He's like, the math ain't math.
yeah, I know. But let's say your child is like, he's not a child, but he's your child at 28. Would you feel more comfortable doing that when he's more, in the sense of you at that? You ever seen like he's gonna probably have a child himself, and you going whatever your age is, but he is a full blown adult at that point.
So the age defines.
That's why I'm asking that question.
No, I'm trying to. I'm gonna restate it and then I'm gonna answer it kind of. So the age should define what's the cutoff.
I'm wondering if that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I
agree too.
I feel because at certain ages your kid is more mature. He understands more of what's going on. Because at 18 versus 28, 18, he's still a kid. Mm-hmm. And really, that's gonna sound crazy. I'd rather be like with Boosie there. Like I'd rather the same thing, to be there to oversee everything what's going on. Cause like nowadays what's going on, this whole accusing of like allegations and stuff.
Yeah,
I'd rather be able to oversee. So it's but so much out of control things can get. Versus like you said, they 18, you let them go do their thing with their friends. But it's like I'd rather know what's going on. So it could also be a teaching moment to like, hey, you don't do this.
Don't move
but
like that,
end of the day, if you're raising your kid right and respectful and stuff like that, you know.
That's also why I say it's like he's 18.
Yeah,
like,
but it all depends. But Boosie ratchet, like that's a whole other. That's why. How you parent?
The reason why I said he's 18 because 18 is the legal age. That you're legal to do certain stuff. Mm-hmm. So
a lot of shit.
He can't really like
you can get charges on him.
Parent, you can't really get in trouble for doing something like that at 18.
Yeah, but
is it frowned upon?
Not even necessarily frowned upon.
Possibly.
Like, a lot of things is not, because I feel like a lot of stuff is not just, like, you know, you're 18, you're old enough to do it, or whatever age, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, at 18, you can vote, you can join the military, shit like that, right? But now, like in New York, you gotta be 21 to buy cigarettes, right? That's a whole other thing, yeah.
That's dope.
It
is.
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, it is.
And then also, too, but like, you also gotta be 21 to, like, buy alcohol. So it's like, I can go and join the military and die, but I can't have
a little booze.
You know what I'm saying? I can't have, get it? Little booze. I can't have little drinks and stuff like that. But I feel like their age thing, though, is not indicative of, like, maturity. It's just what we kind of, society sets rules to, right? Mm-hmm. Because even at 21, I probably still wouldn't do that sort of thing with my kid.
That's what I was wondering.
And I look at it the same as, like, even in, like, relationships or romantic relationships, right? When you're 21, somebody who's 7 years younger than you is 14. You would never let a 14 and 21-year-old date each other.
True.
Right.
But when you're 31, you're like, that's cool. That's okay. It's cool because you're a little older now. Things are a little bit different. So it hits a little bit differently. So I kind of look at it the same way with like the kids. Because that's, like I said, there should always be I'm still your parent. So there's certain things I'm not going to do with you or whatever.
All right, so let me ask you a question now.
Wait, he had something.
Yeah, let me throw a gear in that. Because then now I'm wondering, all right, could we be looking at a Boosie going to a strip club with his child. What if it was a girl, though? Like, that kind of changes up the game now.
If he was in the strip club with his girl, with his daughter?
With his daughter. Like, are we going to have that same conversation? In reality, we're not. I don't care how you want to cut it, you're not.
I would say the same thing. If he's in the strip club with his daughter at 18 examining girls' pussies, still your daughter's still an 18-year-old daughter, bro.
The examining was like a little bit extra.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the weird part of it. But then let's say now
they're just at the strip club.
Yeah, because there's been situations where I remember it was frowned. I mean, no matter what I think it's being frowned upon. But I remember there was a one where the girl was talking about, and she was an older girl, and she was just talking about. She was like tells her mom about how she'd be giving head and stuff like that, and they exchanged stories about that. And I think the woman, she had kids already too. It's like she wasn't like a little girl, and then people still frowned upon that as well. So it's almost like I think really what it is it should be. I think what's really the problem. I think there's no boundary of where it is what you're doing with your kid, more so than like being there with your kid doing it. It's almost like imagine me 30-something years old and I'm partying with your friends at 18 years old. Like, it's almost still the same thing. Why the hell you're there really partying?
It's more of a don't be there while it's happening versus you can come and tell me what happened later.
It's that, but it's also just boundaries, I think, also too. Because
right.
it's like, think about it, like, going to the strip club, in reality, it's what people do. It's like going to the bars. It's some type of, it's only frowned upon because it's sexualized, or it is sexual. But then, when you're 18, you're in a boy or even a girl, you're curious. So you're gonna want to find that strip club anyway because you just never did it. So then the only reason why it's getting a little weird is because of the fact that the father's there. But then if Boosie wasn't there, you know, we boys, we do weird, funny, stupid shit.
Wildin'.
You could have been with your friends and no dad did and still have the magnifying glass and doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like really what the only problem is because really Boosie was there. If the video was just showing his Boosie son doing it, it would just be like, yo, boys is being boys, or even girls is being girls. It's only Boosie was there.
Because society.
Right, because the narrative almost makes it seem as though he's putting him in the position.
Yeah,
like, oh,
but he's gonna do it anyway in a
this.
sense, honestly.
Yeah,
I'd rather be there with you to monitor and help, but
Monitor and help.
it's a learning. Monitor and help.
But maybe so because
passing magnifying glass.
wipe it off for him, like make sure you.
Maybe a Boosie off camera, he can pass the magnifying glass.
The magnifying glass, you know, when you flip it, it's two different kind of lenses.
Exactly.
So you gotta make sure you're using the right lens. You know what I mean?
All right, so back to this boundaries thing I want to touch on, right? So, all right, it's how I feel with that. It's in general, right? Because some people would everybody has different parenting styles, right? And things like that. Some people is more like openly with their parents and stuff like that and don't mind speaking about anything and stuff like that. And that's fine. So I'm tending to learn not to frown upon certain situations that I know nothing about. Because even though we might feel, hey, this is kind of weird or awkward, that's them. That's what they got. That's their bond, and it works for them. And that them being that open and transparent like that to talk about that, it's probably super healthy for them, and they probably avoid a lot of stuff, a lot of situations that one another they can't probably going through that they could openly speak about. It's just that when the cameras catch that particular moment when it's like sexual, like you said, she's talking about how to give head and stuff like that. But it's like they probably had other real serious open conversation that was good. But
I think it's people just way
knows.
too judgmental. Like me, I don't feel no way that it's wrong. I don't feel it's right. It's kind of like if it works, then it's whatever. Because I mean, he ain't shooting drugs in his damn, but like it really ain't gonna do no harm to him in reality. You think about it, like because like I said, what he's doing is gonna be done with or without his dad anyway. Like he's gonna possibly go.
But how about this? How about if the son wasn't even into that? Like not everybody into strip clubs.
That's true too.
Say the son was like a gamer and he could care less about going to strip club with magnifying and like the father forced that on him. I feel that's a problem. That's a problem.
That would,
you know.
But then that's us to speculate, and we aren't doing it, but it just becomes a speculation because maybe the kid, if he ain't into it, then he just ain't gonna be there. But he is there. He probably is into it. He might have had a conversation like that. I want to go to the strip club, or you got some kids that just want to be like, especially boys, they want to emulate their dad.
Yeah, especially Boosie shit.
Yeah, so he might just want to be behind
Crazy.
dad, and then this is just what it is. We don't know what it is, but it's. I don't frown upon it. I don't smile upon it. It's just more like, yo, that works, cool. Because in reality, at the end of the day, that's his kid, and he's, you know, what the hell I'm gonna say? Like, what anybody's gonna say? Oh, I don't like that you do it, but guess what? You don't take care of him. Like,
No, I agree. I feel
what it
like,
is.
you know, and it's just the nature of the way the society is these day and age, right? Like everything is under a microscope, and people people put their things under a microscope because people put all the information and everything on social media, by seeing things of that sort, right? So, like you said, I think there should be boundaries with certain things or whatever, but it's not really. I wasn't necessarily judging. I just felt like it was just a weird
I don't
thing
think
to
any of
see
us really was.
per se. Like,
But does
But
the
then again,
boundaries change with the age?
it can, for instance. Okay, so
I'll say it
example for myself, right? Like me and my mom. It's funny because me and my dad were extremely close, right? But me and my mom always had a relationship where it's like we would say like off the cuff stuff to each other, but like in passing. So like we wouldn't sit around and have a funny ass conversation. But like, if I'm passed by her house to see her or whatever, and she know I'm going out for the night, she'll be like, yo, you know, make sure you use the condom tonight. You know, so say shit like that or whatever. So as I've gotten older, we can have those sort of conversations a little bit more, but I'm still have certain boundaries with my mom. Like, I ain't gonna be like, yo, man, last night I got a little spanked. I was blowing my back out, boy. Let me tell you. I mean, it's just certain shit you're not gonna talk about.
it's just it's a respect thing for your parent.
It is. It's definitely respect, and it's also, like what the type of parents you have, their nationality.
I believe that.
My
too.
Haitian parents, there's no way. Like I denied. I was having sex until probably
baby
Steph
came.
was born.
Like, this is the first time. You see what happened?
Deny. Mind you, I'm like right across the hall, and I'm still denying. Nah, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was the TV. Deny.
I was watching porn, mama.
I think something else that happens too, the way you, even if, as you get older, the relationship you have with your parents, other people around you, like your significant other, your kids or whatever, they're gonna try to emulate that relationship. So I think there should always still be some sort of boundaries and respect there, because you don't ever want to walk into your mom or your parents' crib and somebody just walks in and say some wild shit like, you know, there was addressed as, hey, Miss whatever. And then she walked in the crib one day and started calling her by her first name, like, yo, what's happening? It's like, whoa. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm big
like,
on that too.
it's still like you have to keep a certain level of respect, because people only treat people around you the way that you allow them to. So if you talk crazy and you just cursing all the time, whatever, when people's around your parents or significant others around you, that's what they're gonna do too. So I think that kind of, and that's not, I don't think that's an age thing. That's always gonna be my parent no matter what.
Just to tie these two in, I don't know if y'all seen it. It has nothing to do with Boosie, but I seen it on social media. There was this. It was this one boy. He kicked the shit out of his grandmother.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was so fucked up.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
it was like an older person recording it, like the
That's what I
aunt
was
or
trying to understand.
something.
Who the hell was recording the damn
It said
thing?
it in the article,
Yeah,
in whatever the snippet on Instagram. It was like an aunt.
Like
or
he
something.
Spartan kicked her. Like she was like 80-some years old.
And then the other his sister or something went to get like a frying pan to beat the grandmother with.
There's what?
Nah, black, bro.
Damn.
Wow. Bronx? or-
Yeah. Probably Bronx. Most likely the Bronx. If not,
that's
Florida.
I ain't gonna lie, that's
Yeah.
actually sad. It's really
Yeah.
sad to hear.
That's wild.
Because actually, I mean, that wasn't a topic we were gonna talk about anyway, Trey, but that's something that happens. I was actually the book that you gave me. There was a chapter in there where, as people get older, right, you know, they start to get a little bit more senile, and you know, they don't have all the same faculties and all that kind of stuff anymore. But then, like, the grandkids or their kids or whatever try to take advantage, like, oh, you know, take their account and, you know, taking the Social Security checks and shit like that or whatever. So immediately when you said that, the first thing I'm thinking is like, where's their parent, which is that person's child?
At work. Probably.
Yeah, but it's like, you can't not know something like, for them to,
You gotta know you got
so
a
your kid is
badass
not
kid.
gonna, no,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can't
feel
act
like
like
a
a
7-year-old is gonna just wake up this morning and be like, Grandma, let me have some cereal, and then just fucking Spartan kick her. Like,
No, but that was what bothered me. Like an adult was there recording it.
Right.
That's
right.
that was the
Some
thing.
sick
That,
shit.
yeah, adult was there recording it. I think the mom got charged because the mom is always leaving her with the grandmother.
That's crazy.
And it's like she's neglecting her kids basically. So the mom got charged. The person who recorded got charged. And yeah, I really hope that kid goes to like a juvenile.
I think there was even more to that because I think that parents or something, because there's another side to it. I couldn't get the full story, but then I think like maybe parents or something, I think beat the kid or something like that, or did something to the kid because they got locked up too. I think they said something.
No, the parent got locked up for neglect.
Oh, that's
for
what it
leaving
was?
them with the grandmother.
Oh, that's
who
what that
is,
was. Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
They left them with the grandmother, and the grandmother, they know the grandmother is like
not capable.
I ain't gonna lie. For me, the worst culprit of the entire situation is most certainly the adult who's videotaping
Recording.
this.
Yeah, of course.
Because you it's you would have to be the Flash to be able to pick up your phone, hit record as he's about to kick it. Like you know that this is gonna happen. So either you're coaching him along, it's not the first time. Like honestly, that shit just made me sick to my stomach because it's like I can't even imagine like somebody who them being alive is the only reason that y'all are here. And then that's the way you treat the person. Like that shit is fucking sickening.
But there's also the part, like we saying about an adult having a camera and watching a child act like that, and you're not doing something to put the child in place. It's kind of like that time, I don't know how long ago, when the girl got killed, and they were saying all those adults was there, and the police showed up, and she had to stab the girl. And remember, there's a bunch of people there. Like all those adults is there, and you seen it. Like not one person has the common sense to sit there and don't tell me you cannot de-escalate a situation with a bunch of children.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's two things. One is what we do in the communities, mind your business. Two, motherfuckers, you want to see action.
Yeah.
And that's fucked.
But it's crazy because
fucked
you're
up.
an adult. Because it's like when we talk about.
she had a knife, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not about to step into that.
But
I'm not gonna lie to you.
But the thing is that I don't disagree with the part, but it's that before that knife came out, it was a situation
they had to
where
let
they had
them fight.
plenty.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's certain things that happens like side note, but still on it. It's like I remember one time I was driving and I see a car flip over, and everybody's just in awe. Like yo, I'm like looking at everybody. Nobody gonna jump out and help the people. Like the car flipped over, help them. So even in that situation, I found myself I was the only person helping people out the car in the situation.
Yeah,
and I was getting hit
too.
by a car because people's boxing was happening, but they're not willing to go and jump into it. So it's not even just stopping as far
You're a
as
hero.
Yeah, we know all heroes don't wear capes, right?
They wear sweatsuits though.
You're a fucking
They
hero.
wear sweatsuits though.
Yeah, right.
He got his golden ticket to heaven now.
Yo, but I gotta be. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I gotta be one of like the most generous people like alive, but I just think like fucked up shit. And when I see someone on the side pulled over, changing the tire, part of me wants to get out there and go help them.
I agree with those
but this might be the same nigga that just killed me while I'm helping him.
I'm funny like that too because it's like I gotta assess the situation. Like if I see someone on the side of the road, like my heart tells me I want to help him, but I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be the only one there. This and that is a situation, whatever. But like a situation, like I said, a car flip over, you obviously
that's like you need help.
Nothing I can help. I mean, I just sound like that because
unless the guy that got the car flipped over raped the girl that was in the passenger seat. Now you saved the guy, and now she died.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
I was watching
Chicago.
PD.
I'm like, wait a minute, man. That shit
wild,
happened,
bro. Yeah, Man U episode.
Yeah, new season.
Yeah, no, but they were shooting. They stopped.
They shooting them out, but in that new episode.
But imagine
that's
imagine you helped the wrong person. I think about shit like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting out the help. I'm just gonna look and roll by because it's like.
But then I'm not thinking that way. But I mean, what we're saying, I get what you're saying.
He's still a hero, nonetheless.
It's nothing about the hero shit. It's just the reality of it is that it's where I'm going with it. It's like, I'm not thinking to pull my phone out when a person is in distress. Like, it's like you saying, okay, cool, the person's on the side of the road. They need a tire change. And I know a lot of times, and I'm not even add to it, like, it's a woman. I'm not gonna pull out my phone and look at me. I'm about to go help this woman. You know, black men don't help women on the side of the road. I'm about to help this woman change. Like either I'm gonna do it or I'm not doing it. And I'm gonna carry on the way. And I do go through that in my mind, like whether it's a male or woman or female, and on the side of the road, you are in distress. Even myself, I've been in a situation. I got a flat. I ain't expecting nobody to help me. I know what I look like from a distance at the end of the day. I'm not. But I remember one time I was broke, and it's funny enough, I was broke down one time. and the dude was coming to help me, I was uncomfortable when he was coming to help me. I'm like, are you trying to help me go stick me up while I'm changing my tire and then go?
Yo.
So it goes both sides.
I ain't gonna lie, like I hear what Steve's saying, but imagine that, right? You there, you got a flat, you trying to get your the lug nuts off or whatever.
You get
and
robbed.
somebody comes, bro. Imagine,
I'm the best person to rob.
bro.
I can't do shit.
No, imagine they finish helping you fix all this tire, and then they rob you. It's like, bro,
You can't be
what the
mad.
fuck?
You can't be
You don't
mad.
know.
What you mean? Yo, I'm busting his head with a tire. Get the fuck out of
In
here.
certain situations though, like like I think a week or two ago, the guy he went to the Bronx with the girl and got
In 1
lied.
a.m.
What the fuck are you going to the Bronx
I
for to
remember,
begin
yeah.
with? Like, that's where you lost me. Like, why are you going to the Bronx?
Nah, but
you
something,
bugging.
but that was that. Like, I mean, I don't know the full story, but yeah, she from the Bronx. That's just,
Yeah.
that's
bro,
just,
that's a no for me regardless.
Yeah, that's it.
1 o'clock, come to the Bronx.
the side of the road thing.
Unless he's from the Bronx himself. He's from the Bronx. I don't know the story.
He
Nah, I
came
don't
to the
know
Bronx, so
really.
he can't.
I don't know.
I
I
just
mean,
know that he just got
she-
kidnapped.
probably some Harlem?
The
fact that-
He's probably he's either from Harlem or Queens.
He could have been close by.
He had to have
shit.
money because they tried to get
Oh
100
yeah, they
bands
trying
on
to
his
get some
head
bread out of him too.
or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, so he's a dickhead.
yeah.
She
OD.
kidnapped her for ransom.
Yes,
And tortured
she
him?
FaceTimed her home brother
Yeah.
and was torturing and like I think burning him and
Some
all that
movie
type of
shit.
shit. Talking about send 100 bands on his head and
that's-
whatever. I'm like, bro,
That's-
I ain't gonna lie, son. That's scary as hell, yo. Shorty from the
See,
Bronx.
that's why I
torture
can't
your ass.
Don't go to the
help
Bronx. people.
nobody. Don't go to the Bronx,
Don't go to
man.
the Bronx.
It's I'm sorry to say, but I can't pull over and go help a hand like
Yeah,
to
like-
help somebody unless I'm in the car with somebody. If I'm
Yeah,
in the car with Saya, then yeah, I'll go out and help.
Yeah, I think I think I agree with everything all of you guys are saying, right? I think helping somebody, not even just the side of the road, whatever it is, you gotta like really watch and peep the situation because even like I think I might have sent y'all this like Instagram reel thingy. So it was like in some a South American country of some sort. And little girl is getting like one of those shaved ice thingies.
Yeah, I saw
with
that
the
with
thing.
the lady.
And the guy has his car door open, walking back from on the phone. And as she's walking away, the cart shorty peeps or whatever. And as she walked
The
past the
little
door,
carrier,
she put her arm
yeah,
around her,
I
kept
saw
walking
that.
because the guy was gonna shove her in the car and close the door.
Yep.
And back. So shit happens dumb quick. And like one of the things that scares me the most is like, oh, if somebody needs to jump. Because now you got the hood of this
Son,
big ass truck
yep.
open. I can't see shit. As soon as I'm about to put the wires in, like knock me out.
And it's
fucking
funny you
homeless
say, right?
ransom.
Because the situation that happened one time, the guy was driving, and I was like putting stuff in my trunk, and then he drove by, and then the car broke down, and he's like, "Yo, you can help me real quick," and I was just like, reading the room in a sense, and I know I got cables in my car. I was
Oh, the
like,
streets.
I ain't got no car, I ain't got no cable, and he was just like, "All right," then I start putting stuff in the trunk, and the car starts off and go. So I'm like, "You about to get me?" I was like, "This motherfucker about to try to
I'm
get
glad
me."
you said, but
So they just like, but again, like I said, I'm down to help. I'm like, I ain't stupid
Yo,
either.
he is
Yeah.
bright.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, like, nah, I ain't got it. Now, the funny thing, I had the joint in my hand because I'm moving stuff in my truck.
Yeah, nah.
So then I'm like, nah, I ain't got that. And then he just stopped the car and drive.
Oh no, that shit work, fam. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right.
I
that
100
shit remind me of the reel I see or IG where the lady comes to the door and she said something about Jehovah's Witness and
the
he
guy
act like he's deaf.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry to bother." He's like, "All right, have a good day."
She said, "Motherfucker."
See if he's about to
same
lie
shit.
you.
Nah,
He's gonna lie
you
me.
really got to OD assess
That's why I don't trust
situations.
people,
Like,
period. That's all I'm thinking.
but that's also something that like, and I think I mentioned in past episodes, like having conversations with like my daughter and stuff like that. Like you gotta be able to read, kind of like survey area. Don't just be all zoned in your phone and stuff like that or whatever. Cause like just as simple as let's help somebody change their tire. Cause me, if it's like a man on the side of the road, I ain't gonna lie. Brother, if I could do it, you can do it.
you on your own, G.
Because quite honestly, I don't see what I can do that you can't.
Exactly.
And then if it's a woman or whatever,
It's a little
I have
sketchy too, honestly,
but I
man.
gotta, like I said, I would like have to really look around, like where am I? You know what I'm saying? Like if it's in the parking lot, like a supermarket, wide opened up, and I can put my car in a position
Yeah,
where like you
that's
can't shove
different.
me off
Yeah,
or whatever, cool.
I agree.
But also too, if the woman is not by herself,
There's no
it's
reason why
over for you,
need,
sis.
yeah.
It's over for you. There's like 4 of y'all girls in this car. Y'all can figure out how to do this shit.
But it costs some
YouTube is a
niggas.
motherfucker.
I know you got somebody
Yo,
over
look
there.
on YouTube.
Shit, one of y'all got a nigga that y'all scamming, so figure this shit the fuck out. Cause this is not gonna be me, bro.
But it's the fact, like we were saying, it's just like it's so weird that whole concept of people just pulled it. I don't know. I don't have that in me to pull my phone out. I see some wild shit in my time. I don't have the in me to just pull my phone out. Either I'm not doing anything or I'm keeping it moving. Like,
Really, I think that phone pulling out really evolved, kicked off like a couple like years back.
Yeah, way before.
I mean it got like a thing to do when World Star.
Yeah.
People
like, trying to be famous off of
that's when like it really came a thing. Like, yo, let's record this shit. Fuck that. Like, oh, they about to fight World Star. Pull the phone out, and I think that just made people want to keep recording like tragedy shit.
Remember that girl? Like a teenager. She hit the other girl so hard. I think she slapped the shit out of her, and that was like the most viewed World Star thing for like 2 years. I gotta find that video.
I just like part of me do wish like I don't pull out my phone often, but I do wish like I was being recorded most of the time, bro.
Yeah.
Cause you know what? My son is like top 5 hilarious. Yesterday he sent me to my room because I told him no. He said, "You know what? Go to your room." I said, "What?"
You gotta pause for me.
Like what? Go upstairs.
You know why sometimes I end up pulling out my phone? Because I feel like if I tell people the story, they can be like, yo, because there's some shit that I've seen, and people like even if somebody was to tell it to me, I'd be like, you're fucking lying, bro. Like you're fucking lying. Like I was before we started today, I was telling them I was driving down 10th Ave in the city, headed back to my office, and I'm at the light or whatever on the phone, and there's a bum crossing the street. Cause there's a difference between a bum and a homeless person. There's a huge difference. A homeless person, that's very unfortunate. But a bum is a bum, bro.
Yeah, you professional.
Son, homies crossing the street, and 10th Avenue was like 4 driving lanes and parking lanes, so it's a big ass street. He gets to like almost to the middle, and then the dotted lines, the light turns green. He looks up, and he just lays on the ground, bro.
He's a bum.
He's a bum. And the thing is, it wasn't even. He was
a fucking bum.
Bro, he was not. What made it worse was he looked at the light. He laid down. He was not vertical, so you could like drive. Like he laid across.
He
the lane.
He didn't lay on the yellow line.
Yeah, like across the lane.
He's a fucking bum. He's a bum.
Because you just try to just cause pandemonium and destruction. That's what you trying to do.
Cop standing on the corner. And the cop is looking at him and looking at us, and we see the cop there.
Hey, nigga, get him
and
up.
the cop,
What are you doing?
Son, I ain't gonna hold you. If I was
he ain't trying to get a bum bump.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. If I was that cop, I wouldn't have done nothing either. Because the fact that this bum is bold enough to do this, I'm not getting close. Call for backup. Call for something because
no part.
This is crazy. And then by the time he finally gets up, he gives everybody the finger and it's like a little dance.
Yeah,
Keeps going. I'm like, bro, son.
That's a moment you gotta record, bro.
That's what I'm
The second son dropped on the floor, my phone is. I need to know what he's doing next.
Hey, listen, if we didn't have cameras in the whip, trust me, that would have been a fantastic video. But that's what I'm saying. When certain shit like that kind of story, or you see random shit like we didn't see fucking raccoons jerking off, like random ass shit. Crazy day. But I'm saying like for me that's what it is. But if it's somebody actually like in danger or like an imminent situation, it's like you kind of just got to be like.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you pick and choose when you do that?
You take out your phone. Did anybody even dial 911?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They've been on the floor for 5 minutes.
I don't hear record after.
Nah, I don't know, man.
What you mean? Why not?
I mean, certain situations you can't like. If it's like like Citizens app or whatever, right? There's a fire or something like that. Chris ain't running into no burning buildings, bro. Unless it's my family, I'm not. Because
even myself, when I did the situation, it's funny joke. I did that shit about 3 times. Like people put their whips, right? But it's funny, right? Because
you def getting to heaven.
I know. I don't even know. I never.
The car rolling over you there 3 times.
Car
Nah, 3 different situations in the same scenario. Like, I think I was on the job and all heard boom, and the truck flipped. Somebody had a Wrangler. Dude was his wife, kids, 2 kids in the back seat, everything. And I'm pulling. And but the thing is, people are just sitting there and
give this man a cake.
Nah, that people are literally
you
sitting there.
Fucking Black Lightning.
Either he gets a fucking style signal, or he got a police scanner at home.
People dead ass is like standing there watching. I can hear kids crying in the damn car. Like, yo, nobody's gonna sit there. I remember one dude, he pulled the back door. He's like, I can't open it. I'm like, no, I pushed him. I'm like, what you mean you can't open it? Like, there's a kid in there.
Break that
shit. The concept is that, like, I think, like, it's so weird to me, and like going on the story we were saying.
I wish I was there to record you doing this, bro.
It's like, yo,
but somebody had to see the footage.
But going back on what we said, it's just like, yo, it's like, it's the separation. I guess it's the adult in me that I ain't thinking about my phone. Cause I ain't trying to get famous. I'm not trying to do whatever. I'm just trying to get the person out of the situation. And it's funny, my personality probably says completely different. And I'm like, car flip. Yo, what's for dinner? Shit, I don't have that in me, but it's so weird. I think that's the adult in me. Like, I'm not thinking of that because you will hope that if your kid is driving, that you doing that. That's my first thing I'm thinking about. And then also, of course, the same thing, like when we talk about if somebody's on the side of the road, they have a flat or something. In some cases, you do hope that if it's your mom, that somebody's gonna be that person too. But I also get it. Like, everybody cannot. You don't know what people experience. Like, you see scenarios, you see it on the news many times. The other time I was watching, the guy was a homeless dude and he was like sleeping, and the guy took his coat off to give him, and the dude beat him up. So it's just like,
That's crazy.
It's like,
That was fucked
how
up.
do you really decipher?
he
But
whipped his ass, too.
I don't think anybody's wrong for if you don't do something. If you do something, but you gotta make it make sense in a sense. Like, you don't go do, like you said, you don't see a person but down in the alleyway and look like some like creepy spot, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go help that person. Like, nah, I'm not saying you deserve something to happen.
It's
But
crazy
like,
'cause, I mean, and you know what? As we're having this conversation, I'm more and more getting closer to the line of kind of what Steve was mentioning before. It's like scenarios be nuts, bro.
It is.
Because
It
even
really
like we
be
talked
nuts.
about like certain shit, like, you know, it's kids in the car. Like, how are you not gonna try
Yeah.
to help or whatever? But then there was even a Law and Order episode where a family, it was like a full family, like a mom,
They
dad,
were part of the
toddler,
scheme.
and a kid in the stroller, and like the kid, like the stroller falls over or something, and somebody's like, oh my God, let me help you. And then they just push her in the van and kidnap her. It's like, really, nigga? Like,
you
damn.
don't
Because
know.
honestly, more than anything else, I'm gonna be in the back of somebody's van and be like, bro, you dead ass kidnap me, lure me with a baby, bro? Son, if we don't get this money,
I
we
didn't
fighting,
even think that
nigga.
story, right? Like,
Yeah, like,
see, that's
and
you need on camera.
That's what I'm saying. Because now imagine this. They let me out. I'm like, yo, son, niggas kidnapped me. And like, what happened? Like, yeah. And they were like, get the fuck
There's a
out
baby
of here,
there. Like, yeah, right.
bro. We should all just have GoPros on at all times.
Oh, man.
For crazy ass shit or whatever, man. But anyway, switching subjects real quick. Would y'all do time for your significant others?
Me? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too,
Why
I
the
ain't
doubt?
gonna lie.
Why the bling about?
No matter what it is?
Why the bling about?
No matter how much
I'm
time it
doing
is either?
It don't matter. Because I know for a fact she holding it down regardless. Whether I'm there or not, she's going to hold it down. That's why when we go to Target, I let her steal just in case. So I take the charge. Like, nah, it was me. I put her up to this just in case.
Why not just steal from the get-go?
Because I'm scared. Nigga, I'm scared to go in there and just fucking rob the place, borrow some shit. Nah, she go in there, she borrow whatever she need. Whatever she needs, she go in there, she borrow it, I got her back. I'm the lookout guy. But I'll definitely do time for her. Definitely.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I'll yeah, because I know I mean this. I'm thinking long term about it. I know I'm more built for and equipped to do the time than she is.
She might be more built than me, but
No, but I'm just thinking.
but I definitely do it for her. She definitely might be more built than me. But I'll definitely do it for her.
So like, but I know overall, like she will hold it down. Like she'd be good. But and I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to put her through like jail time mentally, and knowing I had the option to like hold it down and take it, like, because I start looking like this. If I can do it for one of my mans, if I'm committing a crime and I can hold it down for my man, why not do it for, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And it wouldn't matter how much time it is either.
it won't matter.
Nah,
It's lit.
only a bitch wouldn't do the time.
No,
Y'all would do the time?
cause she gonna still hold it down. Like it's a big difference, right?
Try to line me up, motherfucker.
He said, only a bitch. Nah, Lucius lying. Lucius lying. Yeah, I watch a lot of TV. Lucius lying let her go to jail for some shit that he did.
I know. For
And
20
then-
years, nigga.
20 years.
Yeah, she said it every episode.
To the last episode.
Every episode. What show is that? I don't know what show. It is.
Empire.
Speaking
with
of,
Jesse Smollett.
they just sent his dumb ass to jail for 150 days and he's out after the second day on bail. It's like, nigga, why would you not just let me go out on bail from the courthouse, bro?
When you
Like,
want to touch that subject, go that. As
No,
far
hold on. So
yeah.
y'all got to answer.
No, it's not a question.
They try to steer from
It is a question.
No, I'm saying it's without a question. Like, it's not a question. Of course I'm doing the time.
How about
how
you,
long
Stan?
time I gotta do?
How much time?
I didn't hear what you said.
How long I gotta do?
How long?
15 years.
I don't know, man. I might kill myself or something in there.
Kill yourself?
For real?
I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
I like freedom too much.
So you gonna let her do 15 years?
I'll probably kill myself still then. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You don't think you don't think you're mentally ready to
No, it
do
is.
that?
It's a fake. Whatever I'm saying right now will be fake. I can't
You want to know
answer
to get in that situation,
Yeah,
right?
because I did some shit. I did shit that I would never thought I would do in a situation. So I'll be lying to you. Whatever.
But I
answer
will
give
say
you
this,
now.
right? Like, if she ever did something like some like this wild dickhead shit, and they're like, yo, you gotta do like a day. Sometimes
Oh, yeah, like the day you go in there, hold down.
you might have to sit down
I'm
for the
still
day.
taking the
'Cause that's
day.
some dumbass
Day?
shit.
I'm still taking the day.
A day?
I'm taking the day.
Because imagine, yo, because think about, you
I
know
don't
what?
need
I would
that.
still
That's
do
a
the time
vacation.
for the day, maybe.
Matter of fact, she can get the day. I don't need that shit on my record.
Because you know what I'm thinking
I
about,
locked
yo?
up for a day.
Because you know what I'm thinking
Now I
about?
gotta put a petition
Yo.
into work to get back to work.
You know what I'm thinking about? You sitting around, and I haven't been to jail, so I'm imagining from all the jail shows I watch in my life. You sitting around wherever, you know what I mean, playing cards, you in the yard doing something. I'm like, what you in here for? And then you gotta explain the dumbass shit that she did, and you taking the time. Like, imagine the dumbest shit in the world. Like, yeah, yo, my shorty was fucking stealing wigs and shit.
Because
think about this, like the logic behind it. Like, I'm in
Let me ask you a
jail,
question,
and she
though.
was fucking stealing wigs or something. Like,
What
what the
if
fuck?
what if she got locked up for something and you didn't even know she was even doing it?
And I wasn't even getting PC. Like,
No,
you
you
come
just,
back to the
no,
house.
fuck all that
You
extra
didn't
shit.
know.
You just didn't know. So you would do the time still?
Yeah.
All right, question. Watch this.
Because I'm pretty sure if I did some shit, she ain't gonna know I did it either.
All right, scenario. Say
Plausible deniability. Plausible deniability.
say like she's involved in a hit and run accident, right? And you don't know. She come home, everything good. The cops so the car, the tags come to the home where the car registered to, and say, hey, it was involved in hit and run, and who owned the vehicle, who was driving? Are you gonna be like, yo, that was me?
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize. I was scared.
It was stuff. They can't lock him up. He's only 2.
You know what's funny? 'Cause
The fucking cuffs
that
can't even fit on his wrist.
happened.
And they don't got no proof it's me or her. It was Steph.
Okay, that's crazy.
What they gonna do to him?
Say, but all right.
But they ain't gonna lock you up for negligence.
I was there.
That's even worse.
So now you're gonna now you added on more
Yeah, I was
charges.
going to
You added
jail.
on more.
Now you definitely going to jail. Now you
Nah,
definitely
speak to
going
my
to jail.
lawyer. Fuck that. It was Steph. Speak to my lawyer.
I mean, even y'all, I'm still thinking, like, I can't answer that question. I have to be in that scenario. It would just have to happen.
What if it was one of your kids? Like, all right, so now we're talking,
That
right?
one, that-
so
that
your
changes
kid is
up.
the
Nah, they
kid.
doing their own time. I ain't gonna lie, my kids doing their own time.
That's
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's different.
Why?
It's only because he
Why?
knows Steph is as bad as him. So you know Steph
Why?
did whatever he did, right?
Why?
Why my kid doing their own time?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Am I
all right, what
Who
age?
the fuck told you to do that?
What age?
Who the fuck told your woman to do whatever
What,
she
what age?
did?
What age they gotta be to do their own time?
What you say?
What age your kid have to be to do their own time?
I mean, for them to do time, they would have to be at least 16.
Yeah. So at 16 is like.
But you know what's the name? He never like.
Damn,
He always talks about Tyreek. He hates Tyreek. So you remember when Ghost was like, that, he's like, you got to do
So
your time.
you
That's how
gonna
he
do
look at it.
time for a kid like Tyreek?
But say
kid ain't Tyreek, though.
your kid is a good kid. He just got caught up in some shit one time.
Oh, he's gonna get
What
the
was that
best
show?
lawyer. He's not doing no time. No.
Yeah, what,
No,
Your Honor?
say it's time minute. Like, there's no way around
He's
it.
doing that.
He's doing it.
Black guy?
Yes.
You never come in and like, yo, I do it.
The black guy who became a lawyer?
No.
Nah, the one that hit the kid.
That's tough.
So you doing
name?
the time?
Yeah.
Your mother not doing the time for you?
Oh,
Yeah,
I know what you're
She would?
talking about.
Yeah, my mom
Yeah,
was
yeah,
my
yeah,
mom would
yeah,
do
yeah.
time
Those
for me. What a
scenarios.
question.
I think it is called Your
Yo.
Honor.
Your Honor, yeah.
Yeah, y'all watch Your Honor, right? Remember the one,
Yeah.
or whatever? So like that kid situation or whatever. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. I would
That was
probably,
lit.
I would go that route.
Yeah, that's what I'm
before
saying.
anything
Yeah.
else. Like yo, like I said, if you don't know what car it is, like the accident, like yo, there's cameras in the neighborhood. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, my car's gonna be in the chop shop immediately. We been in a new car. Ain't nobody
Yeah,
seen
that-
shit.
that
I
was
ain't do
smart.
shit.
They
We
did
don't know
was
what
smart.
happened.
That was
happened.
great.
I would
That
definitely
was
go
a
that
good
route.
show, yeah.
But
That sounds
you
stupid.
so you said you would do the
I
time
probably
for your
would.
kids.
I probably would.
15, 16, out there in these streets going crazy.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm gonna go in and probably gonna kill myself.
Nah,
I'm not doing
that's
time.
not funny, son.
Nah, it ain't. I'm dead at that point if I'm in jail. That's not life.
Nah, it depends on what. It depends on the
She getting out
circumstances.
soon.
I won't
Alright,
kill
tell-
myself
tell-
as a free man.
Tell me you never been in jail before? Like bookings and nothing? You never been like
No.
nothing?
No.
Like never been in cuffs?
No.
Shit.
For real?
For real? Shit.
Why did that sound so
I know. That,
Yeah, that nigga's
man,
better
that's
than
like
me. That nigga's
stereotypical.
never
I'm
been
a
in
black
cuffs.
man that
Now
never
that's
been
some
in
good.
cuffs.
Now that's some good. That's good.
I mean,
that's
I didn't
good.
have to
Great.
sit in the back of the police car for like 20 minutes to get on some bullshit. But
Must
other
be
than
nice.
that, I mean, shit,
Be
it's
nice.
better than the alternative. What I'm gonna do?
I'm saying that's good.
Definitely.
I've been behind the other side a couple times in my life.
And it is what it is.
But I think even with the kids, I think it depends on what the situation is. Like, if it's a situation like, oh, you know, like being accessory to a crime, like say you commit a crime and somebody gets killed or whatever, then everybody's charged for it or whatever. I'm gonna do the very best that I can to get my kid off of that or whatever. But if he did some dickhead shit like some petty theft, they want to give him like.
All right, no. Let's be honest. So what's the difference between your kid and your lady?
Because my lady would be able to hold it down and make sure my kid is good. That's exactly why I'm doing.
But then if
it.
your kid is, there's no kid to hold it down. There's no kid to hold it down.
They're old enough to go to jail, so why does it matter?
He's old enough to go to jail. He's old enough to go in there and hold it down himself and not spend money on his
So
books.
let me ask you this, right? You and Tia, Steph is 23, away at grad school, and she does some shit. You still doing the time for her?
23. Steph is 23.
Steph is 23, so she don't got nothing to hold down. So
we probably would have another little one by then. So yeah.
So y'all 50. So y'all 50. Y'all 50. Your youngest is 18. Y'all have another kid again?
50. I'm trying. I'm gonna try.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's
50. I'm gonna try.
I don't know if she's gonna try at 50.
I mean, I'm doing jail time regardless. My kid or my lady, I'm doing the jail time for both of them. Straight up. Yeah. Fuck it.
Cause I know Jack. Jack's probably did that shit, but I'm gonna hold it down for him.
Yeah, I'm doing it regardless. I mean, I find it weird that y'all saying that you would do it for your lady and not the kid.
Yeah, that's
but I feel
like
for me, it's along the same line what Steve said. Like, but I feel like I said, if the kid gets to a point where they're an adult also, then I'm like,
all right. So back to both y'all said, right? You said it was like some dickhead shit. Let them do it, right? Say a woman did some dickhead shit.
Yeah, like I said, like before.
What, so like she get excused.
But that's right. But that's why I say I sort of agree with Steve. Where like I said, if we in our fucking 50s and shit like that, and she was at Walmart and she slapped the lady with a cane or some shit or whatever. I mean, that's. You know, she might do a week.
Let me ask you a
Why do you
question,
see
though.
her in a cane at 50?
That's crazy.
The reality of it is,
don't know, nigga.
your kid has more time to change his life around.
his shit
No, but
together.
I'm not saying because you go to jail.
Yeah, right.
You go to jail, you got a record. But then if you're 50 years old, I guess this is the magic number, and your kid is 25 years old and he's doing time. You don't got nothing that you gonna come out and get a job at 50 if at that point in time, he still has a whole life that he has to figure out. Your lady at the same time too. I'm not saying it's not even about anything as far. It's just that's my full blown responsibility for the rest of his life. So I can't see that I'm gonna allow him to have a life changing situation if I could get him out of that. Like that's my kid. Like no matter how you gonna feel it.
But you plan on killing yourself, so it doesn't even matter.
That's what I say. But then I'm dead. He's good.
All right, how about this? New
he's not.
question.
Nah, he's good.
Brand new question.
Hold on,
Spin it.
I think the best scenario, if the kid is like old enough, we all three were just on the run on some Love and Slim shit. We making out the country. Fuck it, we out.
That's a fact.
All right, I'm gonna switch the whole scenario on y'all now, right? I know we've been talking about this before. I doubt it, but fuck it. Say, bring back to the moment when all our women was giving birth, right? And the doctor come to you and say, "Hey,
Oh man.
one gotta live. You have to pick
Oh,
the
man.
woman or the kid." Who? Huh?
My wife.
Your wife is staying.
The woman, Becca dead, definitely. She's
Huh?
living.
Spec is that? Huh? What?
No, she's gonna be who I say to save.
What you do?
Well, this is a conversation me and T will have to have before. And I'm
Nah,
gonna,
nah.
I agree
It's in the
with that.
moment. It's in
I
the
agree
moment.
with that
But
one.
I'm
say
gonna
say
do
you
whatever
did.
she wants me to do. But deep down inside, I would rather her live. But whatever because I don't want her to resent me for years for having me make that decision to kill the unborn
Yeah,
child.
exactly.
What about? Well, and I don't think it's not an unborn per se. I think maybe whatever the case may be. But now, when that child gets to the age older enough, you got to explain what the situation was. You don't feel like that child's also going to have a resentment towards you, in a way, because it's going to be a catch-22. The kid's like, damn, I know I'm alive because you let my mom die, but it's not like, damn, like you still are the one. Because at the end of the day, as the person making the decision, you're fucked regardless. You just got to be able to have this conversation.
I don't
with the
think
one
my
that you
kid
live.
would be upset about that. I don't think no kid would be upset about that.
While choosing the
It depends.
I mean, obviously because they're alive, but at the same time too, it's like I said, it could be a catch-22. That kid could just really be like, damn, like, you know, you're the, like maybe they could be missionary. They could be like, yo, you could have did something to do
taking
both.
care of that till that conversation happened. You've been the sole parent. You and your family helping out, taking care of that kid. I don't think they'll ever
Good question,
fix their
right?
mouth to say,
Yeah.
"Yo, you let my mother
Nice
die."
slap.
What? Yeah, like at that point, I have the conversation. Now I'm killing you. Now you're both dead. Now you're both dead. Now you're gonna see your mother.
That's tough. As crazy as it sounds, it's tough. And me and lady spoke about we spoke about that. Like,
So what's her decision? Because you should go with her decision. I'm telling you, it'll save you some
yeah,
stress.
yeah, of course, 100%. But see, it's two ways you can look at it. Like how we look at it, because like I could feel like it depends how passionate you like about having kids, right? And not like killing kids and stuff like that, like anti-abortion and stuff like. So she may want me to carry through and sacrifice her to take the kid, just because she felt like she lived her life as much and she'd rather not let the innocent kid go. But on the flip side, I'd rather save her, always make another kid. In a
I agree
sense.
with that.
But so. Huh? So
What
it's
about
kind
she said
of
something
tricky.
like-
It's kind of tricky, and I forgot what we even like. What our conversation ended. I don't remember what we both agreed to, but I don't know. I know we was going back and forth for a minute. It was a while ago, but ultimately, I will have some deep thought, and I will definitely most likely save her, but I feel like I will definitely be mentally fucked up for a while behind that. I made that.
You've been fucked
that
up behind
decision.
either way.
decision, you know
what I'm
Because
saying?
I think
Like-
something that Steve said would be, oh, whatever, the mom would decide. But that's not fair either, because you gotta understand too, like, it's a weed thing. I'm vested too, because guess what? Either I'm gonna lose my kid or I'm gonna lose my wife too. It's not just her that loses out. So that's not fair to say whatever she wants you're gonna do.
You all choosing
but
choosing somebody.
The reason why I would
definitive.
let her decide is because her life is on the line
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
It's not about. It's really not about you when someone else's life is on the line. It's definitely not about you.
No, but there are two lives on the line. Yes, her life is on the line, but so is your child. So
I get
that's
that.
what I'm saying. So that's why I feel like.
But if she died before she even had this child, there's no child, there's no her. So her life is on, like, this child being born is in contingent of her.
Yeah.
She has to be willing to either have the baby, she dies, or she killed the baby and she lives. So it's really her decision. There's no
At that point, yes.
There's no you at that point. Yes, at the end of the day, you're gonna be hurt or whatever decision she make, but it's really not about you.
Because whatever decision you're making that moment is only about you. But then the reality is whatever you lose, you can kind of recoup that in reality. But
Yes.
if you don't choose her, that's definitive. There's no that. At least in the sense that you choose her, there's still an option to have another child.
That's what I'm saying,
But you
because-
taking her out the equation, and nobody's gonna ever say that a child is replaceable. But the reality is, you guys can figure that together. But you taking her out the equation, and it's kind of like,
And-
you literally
and-
just removed. You literally made the decisions for yourself. You didn't even think about her.
But the reason I
to do
say that it should be a joint decision, because just like what you just said, right? If I save her, right, we can still have a potential in the future to either have children or adopt children or still create a family, right? We have that option, because I look at it as, if God forbid a situation happens and she miscarried, or we got into a car accident and she lost a baby, you know what I'm saying? For me, that's the same sort of scenario, because we're losing that child. We're both losing that child together. That's our kid. But now if I decide that I'm choosing to have this child, right, and you die, right, because I feel like once we're together, we're bonded for life or whatever. I'm with you, you with me. Like, we in this shit together. So things can happen, like, because people have stillborn babies, things like that happen. And like you said, not to say that you're gonna replace a child or it's just a throwaway thing, because I'm sure we'll both be fucked up forever in a day. We probably might not want to have kids again, thinking, or we might relive the situation again.
That might also break you guys up too.
It potentially can, but what if it does? What if it does the opposite, and it strengthens our bond? And listen, you know what? It was very unfortunate. A couple of years down the road, we decided we want to have another baby, and then that's now successful. Now you have that family, you have that life, and you still have her, and you still have a kid. Versus, she said, her, and fuck it, she's gone forever, and it's just now me and this kid, and that's the extent of this fucking family.
No, I mean, it'll be you and the kid, and eventually down the line, you will find somebody else. And
Maybe not, because maybe
it's so one-sided at
but
that
maybe
point.
not, because maybe I might be to the point where I'm so fucked up that I don't even want to try to have this again, because I finally found my soulmate, have a kid with him, got ripped away from me. So now it's like I have this reminder every single day.
But it's not only ripped away, you kind of ripped it yourself, because you chose to not fight for her. In reality, like, you chose to basically the definitive decision that she's gonna die. So nothing was really torn from you. You tore it yourself. in reality, because you chose you. You chose your happiness to have a child. You didn't choose to have the child with the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. So I agree with Steve. It's just like it has to be a decision that she would have to make that decision, and I would honestly have to be very comfortable.
You making
whatever
that decision is you're thinking about yourself. You're no longer thinking about how she feels.
But in reality,
Because either way, she might whatever decision you make, any decision you make for someone else, they can always resent you. You chop off somebody's leg, even though you know deep down inside this is gonna make them live, and they're still gonna resent you.
And guess what? That's perfectly fine, right? But that person still be alive. But even without the resentment part, and you guys are saying, like, I understand
Some
what you're
people
saying.
might feel like, yo, just let me die. I told Tia the other day, my grandfather, he died from COVID, but he looked real sick, like he was done. Let me go at that point. My mom was trying to do everything. I said, yo, just let him go. You're putting him in more pain trying to get him back together
I don't
again.
feel like I agree with you, right? And
I said, yo, if he was alive, right? Well, he was alive at the point. I said, if he was able to tell you right now, he would tell you, let him go. I know.
No, I agree. My father was the same way. When they're gonna intubate him or whatever, and he was grabbing it out, and like the last thing he ever said to all of us was just let me go. So I totally understand that, but I don't feel like those things. I don't feel like they're the same, because I don't feel like she's fighting to be alive. It might be one of those situations where the doctor's like, yo, listen, we can either save your wife or we can save the baby. It might be a blood loss, and I'm not a doctor, I don't know. So it's literally just a flip of the coin, either this or that, versus not like, I don't see the situation like she's gonna have long-term care, she's gonna be fucking with one arm and missing this, or
no, but
ripping all
if
her
she's
insides
dead
out.
and alive and she hears the doctor say that, it's her decision. But if she's not dead, not alive, I'm gonna save her.
I feel like it should be both.
But let me ask you a question. What if it's a situation where you kind of just let life be, try to save both of them, and whatever the outcome is?
And they both die, I'm stressed.
Stressed any which way.
I don't know.
I'm even more stressed, bro. I lost both now.
I might be in the mental wall.
That's like a FanDuel bet.
I'm throwing that in there. I don't really know either. But it's just like, what if you just say, yo, do your best for both?
I'm gonna lose my mind
and then see what happens. Because
I'm gonna lose my
I'm gonna get Joe that night.
Because the thing is, it's like, you know, the situation. I hate all these questions that have been asked, honestly, because of the fact that I don't ever want to see my son locked up. I don't ever want to see the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life locked up. Yeah, people are gonna feel, oh, you said you're gonna kill yourself. I don't want to be locked up either, because I like my freedom. So all this shit is realistic. It can happen, but at the same time too, it's just like in the moment of time, I'm not saying y'all liars, but we don't know what we gonna do in that scenario. Like the reality it is, like I said, I've been in scenarios that I said I would never do that shit, and I did it. And then that's shit, I would do this, and I never did it. But the reality is, like, one thing I do agree, and I think we all kind of saying, I have to leave it. I'm not trying to put of a person that has a common mind to make a decision for their life. And I'm not taking away because the child is in there, but at the end of the day, too, that child is still part of her in that moment in time. And I'm not saying that ain't my kid, but so much is involved more about her. She's taking the loss of the child. She's taking the loss of her life. Whether we can't play the game like, oh, you know, I hate when people sit there and say, oh, they die doing what they love. No, nobody wants to die whether they love what they're doing. Like, you're not going to sit there and say, I want to die by giving birth to my child. Like, no, you want to live by giving birth to your child and see your child around. So the reality, I got to put it on her. And I'm not saying put it on her. Mama, yo, I'll be real. Like, whatever decision you want to do, I'm behind it.
100%.
And honestly, that's the only way you keep yourself out the crazy house, by owning that. But when you sitting there thinking like you playing God in a sense of reality, you're trying to say, oh, I'm going to save my child because I'm making a choose. You playing God. Like, you gotta play human. Like, yo, what do you want to do? Because honestly, right now, babe, yo, you have this child, you're gonna die, and you know what can we do? I'm here with you no matter what. If you choose this and that, whatever, and I give a bullshit. I'm gonna be hurt either way. But we could do this together, or I'm gonna have to do this by myself. And that's the point blank truth.
I don't disagree. If in the moment she tells me that that's what she wants, then that's gonna be what it is. But in my mind, the way I'm playing it is she's in the OR under anesthesia. The doctor's like, yo. Boop,
Oh,
boop.
that's the case? Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, no, and that's why I say, because you guys said that you, like, Sai was like, he and stuff had the conversation
Because you
prior.
got to deal with her family going after
That's my other. I didn't even get to that point. I'm thinking like, yo,
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here forever. We get into all of that.
No, because look, I mean, I'm gonna touch it real quick. The reality is that that's somebody else's child.
Yes.
Let's say mom and dad is around. I gotta talk to mom and dad at that point. I'm not making that decision at all. I'm like, this is your child. What do you want? Because guess what? Whether you decide to just take the child now, you might not even get no help because the mom and dad might get resentment because you chose that child and with you.
Possibly, but it's all hypothetical, so you never really know 100% for sure. But I mean, I definitely don't wish that on anybody. I hope that's not something anybody in the world ever has to deal with. So let's jump right over to dad and tips of the week.
Dad and tip of the week.
I got one, so I'll go first.
Yeah,
you guys
please
can
do.
think on it, right? Read something the other day, and I agree with it, right? So, a diet is not just about food. Having a healthy diet is also about everything you consume, what you read, what you watch, the places you are, your thoughts, and all that kind of stuff, right? The other day I woke up and I just had like really low energy. Like I just felt like not physically bad, but I just didn't feel good. Like it was just bad vibes or whatever. And so I prayed on it on my way to work, and I just told myself, yo, I'm going to only have positive thoughts and vibes for the day, period. I text my friends, everybody, like, yo, it's all about positivity today. And in an instant, it changed exactly how I felt, which is great. And like I say, down the tip of the week, watch what you take in, right? Like I said, it's not just about food, it's about everything that you consume, and it's also about what you're putting back out there. Because just like in a diet, right? It starts in the kitchen, so your whole body, it starts from your mind, heart, soul, everything. So just watch what you ingest.
That was good. Dang.
Yeah, it was deep, man.
Killed that shit.
I still ain't got one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So to piggyback off of what
Fucking throw my
Chris
script at this
said.
nigga.
It's similar.
I bet. I fucking bet.
It's similar. What you said again?
We'll rewind the tapes after the episode drops to let you know.
Nah, what I'm gonna say is like 99.9% of the time I'm stress free. I don't really let anything bother me because I try not to. I feel like no person can take away my peace. No one can take away my happiness because no one can change the way I feel because it's my feelings. It's not their feelings. That's just that's just how I live day by day. And I was listening to Steve Harvey, and he said something that really stuck out to me. He said that one bad day you have is you have to just remember. Well, he didn't say it. The other guy on the show said it.
Doesn't matter.
The one bad day you got to think about the 1,000 good days that you had. So, for me personally, I just feel like people should put that positive energy out there, no matter what it is. Just stay focused on whatever you have, whatever goal you set in mind, and put that positive energy out there and get it done. Get your day done. It's only 24 hours.
Yeah, y'all niggas is.
That was a nice spin
No,
off.
you got a good one, side? I ain't got nothing to
Nah, you
say.
got styles. Yeah.
I ain't got one. Go ahead.
Yes, man.
All right, dad tip of the day, of the week. We talked about, in a sense, but boundaries. People need to set them and respect them. And it goes in every type of way. It's not just about having boundaries and keeping people out, but you gotta know your boundaries and how far you can go. Because a lot of times I will see certain things and I'm like, yeah, you set boundaries, but why is that person isn't adult enough or mindful enough just not to cross it either? Like in a sense, like you you shouldn't be like touching somebody's property in a sense, but yet you still like the boundary you set. That's mine. Don't touch it. But yet, why aren't people being mindful just not to cross it? And it seems to be that a lot of times, it's like what Steve said about your protecting your peace is almost like more than likely a lot of times people cross his boundaries because you're just trying to disturb somebody else's peace when you know that you don't want yours to be disturbed. So it's more so like my tip of the day is just like set boundaries but respect it even more. Others a lot of times because everybody got their own, but more people don't respect the other person's, but everybody has their own. So that's pretty much my dad tip of the week or day or month or.
All right, cool. My dad and tip of the week is nothing we ever speak about. This is some obsolete shit.
Yeah, you save a ton of money while switching to Geico, right?
Yeah, that's right. So my dad and tip of the week is more of a cleaning tip of the week, like cleaning wise, because what I realized is a tip. Cause my lady, she watched TikTok and we did this TikTok shit. That shit works. You get an OC the bucket, the double head joint. You put Oxy, Tide Pod, Fabuloso, baking soda vinegar, and boiling hot water.
Y'all cooking meth?
I know, right?
I promise you, thank me later. Your crib is gonna smell amazing.
Or you just something you just spray?
Nah, you put it in the mop bucket. You
Oh,
let
you
it,
mop the
let
floor,
them
gotcha.
all them shit sit together and
In the house, just like in the corner or something?
You said you gotta run it back for the people because I don't want them to rewind the show.
yeah, get in my
We already
bucket.
got like an hour, so
Yeah, get in my
put
bucket.
my bucket,
Boil hot water.
boil how it gotta be boiled, not from the faucet.
Boil hot water.
Real hot.
Yeah, because the hot water is gonna break up the top part.
You got you.
A top part, baking soda, vinegar, Fabuloso. 5 things.
I'm just gonna watch
You
that
said
episode again.
Oxy clean before.
We just say oxy.
Yeah, I did, but if
See,
the
you
top
messed
part,
it up now.
So he
If Oxy clean, no baking soda.
No,
Like,
he was
come on,
on-
the people,
listen,
the people
listen,
trying
listen.
to get their cribs
Listen,
probably
listen,
good.
listen.
The oxy was for them.
The oxy is depending what top part you got is in the top part. So
Oh, so get the Tide
fine.
Pod with the oxy.
yeah,
Got you.
And
Oh, okay,
If
got
not, you can sprinkle a little oxy if you got separate like oxy, and you
not
mix
the
it all
pills,
together.
though.
Not that Oxy,
Shake it up
Steve.
and just you mop the floor
Oh, fuck.
or mop the floor. That's it. That shit is doing
All right, I'm gonna try that.
amazing. And my girl probably mad I get that secret out, but it's on TikTok, so fuck it.
Yeah, it was out there.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So does it work on like all floors, wood floors?
Shit, it
Oh,
work
you
on my
mop the
floor.
floor too? Oh, you mop with it?
I mop with it,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you
Mop
just
with
leave
it.
it somewhere in the house.
Nah,
Oh,
you mop with it.
mop
Once you mop the first area with it, that's
But you don't got to air it. What you mean leave it so? You don't got one of them little joints
No,
you
I
plug
don't
in the
know.
wall?
It ain't my idea. He's the one introducing. I'm asking questions. I'm the consumer.
Yeah, but yeah, so you mop the crib with that, and that shit like that scent stays like hours.
Nice.
I was think I need this shit to stay for
The
days.
smell,
I mean, it
the
stay-
smell
it-
that sticks is the. Is
You
the
mop the floor right now,
Fabuloso.
stay for days,
Listen,
nigga.
we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see what happens,
Yeah.
right? And all right, so boom, before we pull off the set, let's pull up on Styles' corner,
Oh damn,
and then we're gonna dip off out of here.
yeah, man! I done messed up Styles Corner already.
You should have said that shit. Save this.
All
If you
right,
forget.
nah, that wasn't even that good. Welcome to Styles Corner. I know y'all probably missed me with a couple of episodes I was on. Kind of reflecting to what the Styles Corner is challenging. Challenge yourself. You know, like I said on a post, I said is you're doing yourself a disservice by not challenging yourself because people are gonna challenge you at your expense. So you might as well challenge yourself at your gains. And I look at it as pretty much like I challenge myself. Reason why I wasn't on a couple of episodes, you know, I'm working out, I'm doing challenges, I'm doing you know, different events, and I'm doing things I just never thought I would ever do. But in the reality is that people in the world every day is challenge you for free, and it's on their expense. It's for them to sleep good at night. It's for them to feel more relevant in the world. But then a lot of people don't tend to challenge themselves to be just better themselves. People like to take the safe route all the time. You know, there's always that person, I said it before, you got that t-shirt company you want to do, you just don't do it because you're scared about challenging yourself to what's on the other side. But then you have somebody challenge you by telling you can't do it, in a sense. And the only thing they get out of that is on your expense that you just don't do it. Compared to actually going and challenging yourself and you fail, like people say, or I've heard before, you know, failure is a lesson. It's not failure. Like you can always gain something from that. So, like I said, with Styles Corner, you know, the message overall is challenge yourself and don't be afraid of it. It's like I said even before, you know, resilience is bliss. And that's with challenge, there's resilience and then there's bliss. But don't be ignorant by not challenging yourself and giving ignorant people their bliss by watching you fail. And that's Styles Corner.
Take me to church.
Get a freak show again.
Gospel.
Yo, we out of here?
Yeah,
We
man,
outta here.
Done.
See you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.